Hey there, horror fans. Welcome back to PK Booksmarts. Tonight's story is going to mess with your mind and chill you to the bone. Imagine a world where the CEOs of every Fortune 500 company suddenly and mysteriously step down, all at the same time. Why? What are they so terrified of? What if I told you the answer is far darker than you could ever imagine? Sit tight, because you're about to find out. I wasn't always a conspiracy theorist. I used to be a simple employee in a Fortune 500 company, the kind where you look up at the CEO's office and think those people are untouchable, invincible, almost like gods of the modern age. But then it happened. They all stepped down, every single CEO from the world's biggest corporations, at the same time. And I know why. I wish I didn't. The first sign of trouble came through a strange email blast that hit everyone's inbox at 9 a.m. sharp. Our CEO, Eric Donahue, had resigned, effective immediately. It was brief, cold, no explanation. But it wasn't just Donahue. By noon, there were over 100 resignations flooding the news. Prime Inc., Sinex Holdings, even BlackRock. One after another, the titans of industry were falling like dominoes, each one stepping down without so much as a word. It didn't make sense. People like Donahue didn't step down. They had built their empires on blood, sweat, and fear. No way would they walk away from the billions at their fingertips. The media chalked it up to stress, burnout, personal issues. But that wasn't the truth. The truth was so much darker. I couldn't stop digging. Call it a morbid curiosity, but I needed to know what would make men and women who had everything give it up. And that's when I got the call from my friend, Alex. He worked as a sysadmin for one of those companies, managing confidential email servers and communications. He sounded frantic, his words stumbling over each other. I saw it, he said, his voice shaking. I saw the email they got, man. All of them. What email? I asked, my skin crawling. He hesitated, then whispered, "It wasn't sent by anyone on Earth." I laughed nervously. What are you talking about? Like some hacker or... No, not a hacker, he interrupted, his voice dropping lower. This was older. Older than time itself. My heart raced, a cold sweat breaking out across my forehead. Alex wasn't the type to joke about this kind of thing. What did it say? Alex took a deep breath, as though just remembering it was enough to send shivers down his spine. The email had no sender, no return address. It just appeared on their private servers at exactly 3:33 a.m., all at once. The subject line was, "The reckoning has come." I stayed quiet, letting his words sink in. The body of the message. Alex's voice trembled. It wasn't written in any language I recognized. It was symbols, shapes, things that hurt to look at. But somehow, they understood it. Everyone who received it, every CEO, every leader, it was like the words crawled into their minds. They all saw the same thing. I gripped my phone tighter. Saw what? Hell. Alex's voice cracked. They saw hell, not the kind of hell from books or movies. The real hell. A place so dark, so twisted that just glimpsing it could drive you mad. They saw creatures. Things with too many eyes, too many mouths, crawling through fire and shadow. And they heard something. A voice. It spoke to them. I swallowed hard. What did it say? Alex paused, his breathing labored. It said, "Your debts are due. The time has come for the reckoning." I felt the blood drain from my face. Debts? Every CEO, every corporate overlord, every billionaire. They made a deal, Alex whispered. Years ago, decades ago. They didn't build their empires on skill or luck. They built them on souls. They traded lives for power, made sacrifices in secret. And now the collectors come to claim what's his. It hit me like a punch to the gut. That's why they were stepping down. Not out of fear for their careers, but for their souls. They weren't running from lawsuits or scandals. They were running from something far worse. Something they could never escape. The email gave them a choice, Alex said, his voice dropping to a near whisper. Step down and they might be spared. For a while. Stay in power, and the demons will drag them into the fire alive. But why now? I asked, my mind racing. Why all at once? Alex hesitated again. Because the gates of hell are opening. And they're not just coming for the CEOs. They're coming for everyone. My heart pounded in my chest as Alex continued. The CEOs aren't stepping down out of guilt or conscience. They're trying to hide, to disappear before the demons come for them. But it won't matter. No one can outrun this. Not them, not us. He stopped, and the line went silent for a moment before he added, "Look outside, man. Look at the sky." I stumbled to my window, pulling back the blinds. My blood turned to ice. The sky was turning red. Not the warm glow of a sunset, but a deep, bleeding crimson, swirling with black clouds that seemed to pulse and twist like they were alive. "It's happening," Alex whispered. "The demons are here." Before I could respond, the call dropped. I tried calling back, but there was only static on the other end. I stared at the blood-red sky outside, my hands trembling. I turned on the TV. The news was broadcasting footage of the resigning CEOs, one after another, looking gaunt, pale, as though the life had been sucked out of them. But it wasn't just their faces that sent a shiver down my spine. It was their eyes. They were black, hollow, empty pits. I stared at the screen, my heart hammering. The demons weren't coming. They were already here. What if every powerful person you've ever admired didn't get there by hard work or talent, but by making a deal with something ancient, something evil? What if their time was up, and the same forces they bargained with are coming for all of us next? Think about that the next time you look at the sky, or the next time you see someone important resign. Are they stepping down, or are they running? If you're as hooked on this story as I am, make sure you hit that like button, follow, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. What do you think is really happening? What would you do if hell came calling? Stay curious, stay scared, and remember, sometimes the things we fear aren't coming from below. They're already here. Until next time, my friends, keep watching the skies or the darkness beneath your feet.